Hi, vinyl community. Elliot here, Lazy Dogs Records. Have been out of circulation for a couple of weeks with some things going on, but I wanted to get back into the swing of things once again with a contest entry. And this one is, I guess you'd call it 6 at 6 contest for Christian at CGCVinylGuy. Really nice guy. He's got a little less than 500 subscribers. He's trying to see if he can get up to 500. So I'll put a link to his channel below to the contest video. Hope you will link to it in the contest. Subscribe to his channel, and this is a really fun contest. 6 at 6. So when you were 6 years old, show 6 albums from that year. And I was born in late 1958, in October of 1958. So that would put me turning 6 in 1964. And I will commence to show you 6 albums. First album I'm going to show you came out in 1964, was recorded in Los Angeles at World Pacific, I believe, Studios. And this is a reissue from 1981 on Sugar Hill Records. When they reissued it, they are known as the Hillmen, but they were originally called the Golden State Boys. And it is a bluegrass album made up of some of the finest West Coast bluegrass players you could find. A very, very young Chris Hillman, who of course would go on to be a member of the Byrds, Flying Burrito Brothers, a leader of the Flying Burrito Brothers, and Desert Rose Band, and lots of solo work, and member of Manassas with Stephen Stills as well. But excellent album. He's not the only person that went on to great things. This is Don Harmley. Don Harmley would relocate to Virginia from the West Coast and would form the Bluegrass Cardinals, where and a very successful bluegrass band for decades and decades. He's no longer, I don't know if he's still living, I think he is, but he's not playing professionally anymore. His son, David Harmley, took over the Bluegrass Cardinals when his father decided to retire. And then on the bass, there is Rex Gosden, and then there is on the guitar, Vern Gosden. Of course, Rex and Vern, brothers, they went on to great success in the field of country music, writing a lot of songs. They also recorded with Gene Clark, and were strong friends with Gene Clark. And in the 1980s, Vern Gosden became a very big country star during that period. Lots and lots of hits. One of the great voices in country music. So, the Hillmen, 1964, recorded in Los Angeles using a 3-track recorder. They recorded the album live, no overdubs, and just 3 channels. Okay, and let's jump over to soul R&B, and we've got Betty Everett, and on VJ Records from 1964. This is an original from 64. It's in His Kiss, or the Shoop Shoop song you probably recall. Very good recording. One of the most popular songs from the 1960s, Shoop Shoop. Didn't Cher do a remake of that? Correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe she did. But this is the original Betty Everett recording of Shoop Shoop, or It's in His Kiss. And despite the kind of rough look, not real rough, but a little rough look of the label of the jacket, it plays very good plus. Okay, need to mix in a little rock and roll here. And this is an excellent live album from 1964 on Imperial Records. And this is Johnny Rivers at the Whiskey A Go-Go. This is a great live album. I don't know if they overdubbed the crowd noise, things like that, but it says recorded live, very live. excellent, excellent. It's just the energy in this on this record is just great. I really, really enjoyed this. Johnny Rivers, and he does like Memphis, Won't Happen to Me, Oh Lonesome Me, Lordy Miss Claudie, Whiskey a Go Go, Walking the Dog is the first song on side 2. Brown Eyed Handsome Man, You Can Have Her, I Don't Want Her. And he does a melody to finish it out with La Bamba and Twist and Shout. So see this record, you should be able to pick it up for next to nothing. It is a very enjoyable record. Johnny Rivers at the Whiskey a Go Go. Okay, and let's see what we've got next. We've done bluegrass, we've done soul, we've done some rock and roll. Let's do a jazz one. And this is a Blue Note classic vinyl repressing, of course, but it came out originally in 1964. Jackie McLean, Destination. Okay, Destination Out. And this has got Gratian Moncure III on trumpet, and of course Jackie McLean doing the alto sax, Bobby Hutchinson doing vibes, Larry Ridley on bass, and Roy Haynes on the drums. Excellent, excellent album, part of that great, affordable, and well-recorded remastered and remastered and repressed part of the Blue Note Classics vinyl series. Came out in 2022. And let's see. Okay. In the world of folk music, real folk, not some college students reenacting folk music or anything like that, but real authentic folk music would be Dawg Boggs. Okay, Dawg Boggs, and this is called legendary singer and banjo player. It was recorded and edited by Mike Seeger. Came out in 1964. Some of the recordings were in Asheville, North Carolina. I forget the other place they recorded. And this is a repress from 2009, I believe. Yep, 2009. But this originally came out as in 1964. Dawg Boggs, and Wild Bill Jones is on here. Rowan County Crew, Old Death's on here. Prodigal Son, not the one you might be thinking of. Drunkard's Lone Child, Bright Sunny South, Down South Blues, and Country Blues, which I believe was a part of the original Harry Smith Anthology of American Folk Music recording on Smithsonian. This too is on Smithsonian Folkways records. Highly recommended if you're into folk music. Not bluegrass. He's playing a banjo, but it's not bluegrass. He's playing clawhammer banjo. Quick little story on him. He is from Virginia, I believe, and he just lived on the other side of a mountain from Ralph Stanley, and that shows you the lack of depending on where you were in the mountains in relationship to somebody else. You might, as the crow flies, you might not be far at all from them, but they never knew each other until very late in life, when each of them were receiving some sort of an award for their music or something like that, and they realized that they were just he was just one mountain over from Ralph. Okay, and finally, a little silliness. Literally, this is a Harry Records mono 1964. Silly Surfers on one side and Weirdos on the other. The album is called Music to Make Models By. Sounds of the Silly Surfers, you see, and the sounds of the Weirdos on the other side. And now look at the artwork there. Now, I don't know, when I was a kid, mid-60s, That's one of the things we did on a rainy day. We would go to the dime store and buy a model airplane or a model car and spend a rainy day or two putting a model together. Sometimes more successful than others. So there are 6 records that came out when I was 6 years old. Again, Christian, hope you get to 500 really quickly. Everybody subscribe to his channel if you haven't already. I've hopefully will put out some more content in the near future. I've got a couple of reviews that if you have time, they're kind of long, 20 or 30 minutes long, but you might want to check out if you're looking for either reissues or new music. I've reviewed the Tedeschi Trucks Band 4 record set that has just come out, and I've also reviewed Tony Rice's reissue on Rebel Records for the album Guitar. Check that out if you get a chance. And I also reviewed the new release of Bobby Gentry's Girl from Chickasaw County. It's a slimmed down version of the, I think it's 8 CD set that was released earlier. It's a couple of albums. Remember, be kind to your neighbors, because folks, we're all neighbors.